How's everybody doing today? So here I am in Corpus Christi, Texas, and I'm here to do a video about the last day of Selena's life. It's a very sad story. Selena, beloved international superstar. Her house is I'm in a park near her house. And I know that it's the house where she shared with her husband Chris, and her family's house is right beside it. Now I know that a lot of people do drive by, take pictures. I don't know who owns the house now. I don't know if her family still owns either houses. I do know that fans drive by, take pictures and video a lot. I'm gonna try to be quick because like I said, I don't know who lives there now. But on the last day of Selena's life, she had an appointment at 10 a.m. to meet her family and at a recording studio, Q Recordings, owned by her family. But first, she decided to go to the Days Inn, which is now the Nights Inn, and that's where I'm staying. I'm going to take you there too, to confront the president of her fan club and somebody who ran a lot of her businesses, her boutique, who was embezzling funds. So Selena had to go there first, and she was collecting books, receipts, like the books of the business, and that's where she was fatally shot. So, she left this house at 9 a.m. on March 31st, 1995. And I'm gonna take you there right now and show you it. It still looks exactly the same from what I've seen from when she lived there. And yeah, and then we'll go over to the motel and retrace her steps there. That's a difficult video to make due to the content and the subject matter, but we can do this and I'll show you what I can show you. All right, let's go. So they are gated right here. That is the home of her family, and right here, this was Selena's home right here. Just stopping by. Selena's house is right down at the end of the street there I just showed you. And here's a mural to her on the side of a little corner store. Right here. So Selena in her blue pickup truck would have driven along, I'm guessing this way towards the highway. I don't know the town that well. And gotten on the highway to Navigation Boulevard, where the motel is. So now we end up here at the Nights Inn, formerly the Days Inn. This is where Yolanda Salvador was staying, and this is where Selena was fatally shot. Now I'm staying at the hotel as well, so that I could make this video. And they do rent out the room. It's rented by the week mostly, and unfortunately I'm not staying here a week, so I couldn't rent out the room. I thought about it, and then I thought, well, I don't really need to show the inside of the room. I can show you the inside of mine. They all look the same somewhat from what I've been told. The owners told me that people come from all over the world to stay in that room, and they kind of suss out They don't mind Selena fans staying in the room at all, but they kind of suss out people that might be a little too overzealous to stay there, in terms of lighting candles and that sort of thing, and taking it to a different level, which you can understand. I mean, Selena's so beloved, but they do, if somebody's too persistent, then they usually say the room's not available. Now, I'm gonna take you into the area by the pool, show you Selena's room, and show you where she ran after being shot. Okay, let's go. Now the room was 158. It is now a different number, and that's due mostly to renovations to the entire property, not necessarily due to what happened in the room. The entire property has been renovated. But here's the room right here, right in front of me, 150. It has the do not disturb sign on, which it has had for the entire 2 days I've been here so far. But that's it right there. So Selena was shot in that room, in the back, right in that doorway, and then came right here, ran along here, dropped a cell phone in the briefcase full of the documents, and then came right up this way, and dropped her purse right around here. So there's the route from the room right there, around this truck. Well, the truck wouldn't have been, you know what I mean. Straight towards the pool, dropping 3 items: cell phone, briefcase, and her purse here. Now the office is that way, through there. She ran out this way, which would be the logical way to run if somebody shot you in the back. And to add, the bullet that it passed right through her, severing an artery and I believe her liver, and the bullet was never found. And then she ran right along here. It's about a 45-second walk, roughly, by that route. Maybe a minute to this door here. Now the office has been completely renovated inside. It does not look the same as it did when Selena was here. When you go in, the front desk is facing us, but it was on the side before, and there were offices. And there are conflicting reports about where she actually collapsed, whether it was right here in the vestibule or in front, kind of to the back where the old front desk used to be. And from what I've seen from, I believe one of the deputies who responded to the incident, it was in the back, and I'm gonna go inside now and show you. And another rumor is that she slammed into the door because it's a pull and she thought it was a push. I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, if you've been shot, you're going to be very, very, she was dying. So, and I did the same thing yesterday. I pushed it thinking it was a pull. I pushed it thinking it was a push door, and it was a pull. So, it happens. And here we go right into here. Into the office. And as you can see, there's a... that was the owner right there. It's very, very friendly. Picture of Selena here. And some books. And there's a restaurant there. And yes, it's been completely renovated. from how it looked before. But I believe the office used to face this way. So it would have been right around here. So after she collapsed in the lobby here, Selena was asked, "Who shot you? Who did this?" And her response was, "Yolanda, room 158. Now, she was rushed to the hospital very, very quickly. I believe within 6 minutes. This is around 11:50 a.m. and I believe she was shot at 11:50 a.m. and got to the hospital by noon, which is very, very fast response. And Yolanda, in the room, panicking, came here to this lot right here by the lobby with a gun to her head. She packed up some of her belongings, sat in here, and then she was just about to leave, and the police that were coming in blocked her, so she parked. And what ensued was a 9.5-hour standoff with the police. She had a gun to her head, then a cell phone, because first she was using her own cell phone to talk to the police, and then I believe she may have called her family. But her cell phone, the battery died, so she had to use a police cell phone. They threw it through the window for her to talk to the police. It was a hostage situation, the hostage being herself. Now, they use every trick in the book. They use religion. They reference it to O.J. Simpson and not believing what you hear on radio and TV, because there was interference on the call at times, and she heard reports of Selena being dead, and she went into a further, just hysterics. And there was two or three officers doing the interrogation with Yolanda, interaction with Yolanda, and she said, there was one named Larry, and she kept saying, can Larry left for a little bit to do whatever, and she kept screaming for half an hour, "Where's Larry? Where's Larry?" And they put during the trial, there was a lot of people wearing "Where's Larry" t-shirts, because they played the audio of the call. I don't know if they played all 9.5 hours, but they played a lot of it, and they played the half hour of her just wailing about "Where's Larry? Where's Larry?" So while this is going on, Selena was at the hospital, and the doctors were trying desperately to resuscitate her, and sadly they could not. She lost a tremendous amount of blood, and they gave her a blood transfusion. So they called her family, who were waiting for her at Q Productions, and at first the father, Abraham, thought Selena had been in an accident. So they rushed to the hospital, and the father spoke to the doctor. The doctor started to explain that she was shot. She lost a tremendous amount of blood. They had given her blood transfusions. Now, they were Jehovah's Witnesses, and the father said, well, if Selena was conscious, she would have said no. She would have refused the blood transfusion. And the doctor then broke it to Selena's father that it didn't matter because Selena had passed away. So yes, right here is where Yolanda was holding the gun to her head for 9.5 hours. After the police she was exhausted by this point. She surrendered, threw the gun out the window. SWAT team took her down, took her away, and she was given a life sentence. But she's eligible for parole not too long from now. I think about another 3 to 5 years. I don't think she'll get out, and if she does, she's not a popular person in Corpus Christi, in Texas, in the world. I think she might be safer in prison. And just to give you an indication again, here I am walking back from the lobby. So Selena would have been coming the opposite way from where I'm going right now. She would have been coming towards us. In shock, in terror. Right up along here. from that room there. The door on the right. And this is an example of what the rooms look like. I probably should have cleaned up a bit. This is the room I'm staying in. But they're all still somewhat the same inside, just updated with new TVs and such. But bathroom on the right, closet on the left, sink straight ahead, beds on the right, TV on the left. Yeah. And now I'm gonna take you to the hospital where Selena passed. That's, I believe, I don't know if it's still a working hospital or they only do a few things there. I know there's a new hospital here in Corpus Christi, but the building is still standing. So now let's go there. And here we are at the hospital now, and I believe it was at 1:05 p.m. on March 31st, 1995, when Selena was pronounced dead here. And yeah, the hospital is no longer, this part of the hospital, I believe, I don't know. I guess, like I said, I don't know the city at all, really. My first time in Corpus Christi, but this hospital is no longer in use, I can tell. There are lights on inside, but this part is definitely not being used anymore. And the emergency room is right here. So over 50,000 people attended her funeral and filed past her casket. And what's odd is a lot of mourners did not want to believe, out of shock and disbelief, did not want to believe that she was dead. So her family had to open the casket to prove that she was no longer alive and that she was indeed in the casket. Very, very sad. See, when celebrities die, you don't want to, like somebody large in life, somebody that you're, an idol like that, you don't want to believe it. You can't believe it. And that's why there's always going to be like conspiracy theories and things like that. It happens with every celebrity almost that's that huge and has had that big of an impact. So from Corpus Christi Memorial, I'm gonna say peace to you and yours. Love to you and yours. Peace to Selena and her family. Peace out.